Okay, good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Good morning, online. Online, good morning. Okay, let me check the chat. Okay, I put it to everyone now. Yes, good morning. Super. Hope everyone are doing good. And what did we discuss in our last class? Serverless project. Did I upload it? Completed, huh? Very nice. Everyone, how about you online? Did you guys complete it? Serverless project? Very good. Okay. I didn't upload a CF template. Cloud formation. I didn't upload it, huh? You did. Okay. You can use ChatGPT, but let me just remind me after the class. I'll upload. Okay. All right. So let's move on to today's another project. We call this project as a 3-tier project. What is it? 3-tier application deployment. What is that? 3-tier application deployment. If you remember in our starting days, few months ago, we discussed about 3-tier, right? What is a 3-tier? We have load balancer. After that, web server. After that, application server. After that, database server. This is how in the real time will be the 3-tier architecture will be there or not. So till now, what we have learned so many things, so many services, all services, what is required for the projects. But let's do an actual real time application deployment using this 3-tier architecture. So if you go to internet and then just for the architecture, it is very common. 3-tier architecture, AWS. We go to images. Ah, 3-tier architecture, AWS. Okay. Don't get scared with all these things. Huh? Okay. Now this. Ah. Mm, okay. This one. So it's a little bit big. So how do I visible? Okay. So I'm just giving you a couple of minutes. Go through this architecture. You know this already. Go through this architecture. Try to understand. Once you understand, if we said done, then I'll start discussing it. Okay. So first of all, I'll not be first. Come from top. Whenever the user talk, first it will go to the Route 53, right? They didn't put the Route 53. From there, it will go to our VPC, right? Inside we have the VPC. And what are the things that it has? Just see in region, which availability zones, what it is coming, what is there here. Try to understand this architecture, and then we'll discuss. Take a couple of minutes. Can't see? Do one thing. Open your phones. And then go and search 3-tier AWS. 3-tier architecture AWS. 3-tier architecture AWS. Go to images. 3-tier architecture AWS. Go to images. The first one will be that. Now, however you want to zoom it, zoom it. That's the reason I didn't put this in the paint. Yeah. You got the architecture? Dekho. Yes, do it. No problem, Abhiram. Yeah. Yes, it is. So I'm just giving a hint. How many subnets are there? How many load balancers are there? And how many auto scaling groups? And what does it contains? Just how many availability zones? Think like that. And then come from top to bottom. How the traffic is flowing. Yeah, no problem. I will put it. How many security groups are there? Ready? Huh? You understood anything? AWS architects? Understood? Oh, you should not be little bit. Okay, this is the first time you're seeing the architecture. But if I explain, it will be very easy for you. Okay, let's go. Concentrate. First, you need to understand the architecture. Then it will be easy. Possible? Copy? No. Visible, huh? Okay. So, okay, it's okay. Fine. See here. We have the top from the user. Okay. And then you know how to set up the VPC. First, let us see up from the VPC point of view. So if you set up a VPC, what are the things we need? We'll set up a VPC. We need a CIDR for the VPC, which is a CIDR that we use. 192.168.0.0.16 we use. Okay, after set up the VPC, what we need to create? Internet gateway. Which one? Internet gateway. So after internet gateway, okay, it's fine. So internet gateway is very common. Public subnets. In this case, how many public subnets are there? 2. Very good. How many are there on here? 2. Okay. The first 2. So what is a public subnet which is exposed to the internet or not? In this public subnet, what I'll be putting? See, this is 3-tier architecture, right? So we have web tier, application tier, and then database tier, 3-tier. So this web tier should be always in public. Remember I told you in the 3-tier architecture, is it good to expose the application outside, application server? So what we should put in between? Web server. Remember starting basic today deployment. Okay. So that web server, I told you that one example for the web server. Anyone knows? What is the software that we use for the web server? Apache is one thing. Another one? Nginx. Very good. Which one? Apache we have used so many times, not till now. So let's use which one here? Nginx. Nginx will act as a web server. Say that. Nginx will act as a web server. Nginx will act as a reverse proxy. Say that. Nginx will act as a load balancer. So Nginx will do 3 things. All these 3 things in coming days we will learn. Number 1 is what? Web server. Second one is reverse proxy. Third one is load balancer. Okay. So now we will consider this here Nginx as a web server. Nginx as a web server. Now tell me, this web server should be in public subnet or private subnet? It should be in the public subnet or not? Okay. So for that reason, the web tier, I will put it in the public subnet. So in VPC, how many public subnets we'll create? 2. How many? 2. Do you see this architecture? 2 public subnet. Okay. Now for this web server, we need to create a separate web server security group or not? WebSG. Which one? We'll create one security group for it. So I'm doing the same actual real-time deployment here. Otherwise, we can use one default. No, I told you it's enough. We should not use the default things anymore. Okay, fine. So now you understand, Nana? We will be putting one EC2 instance here. And then what we do, we create a separate security group here. Public subnet layer is clear. Web layer is clear. Next, coming to what? Application layer. What is that? Before that, on top of the web server, on top of it, what we need to have? Load balancer. What we need to have? So someone hit the load balancer. Load balancer distributes the traffic to which server here? Web server. Which server? Understood. And this web server, this load balancer should be internal, external. Load balancer should be internal, external. External. Which one? What is the meaning of external? Which is exposed to internet. So everyone need to access our load balancer. No, for that reason, our application load balancer, I put it in where? External. Remember, we have, while creating load balancer, we have schema, internet, and then internal. So we'll go with what? Internet. So request will come to the load balancer. From the load balancer, the request will go to where? Web server. And on the load balancer also, we'll create a separate security group. For load balancer, we'll create a separate security group. And for the web server also, we'll create a separate security group. So traffic will come to the load balancer first. Load balancer, we'll need to put it into the, what is that question? So Kiran, internet gateway, don't worry. That is exposed to us. Internet gateway, which is the component which is giving internet access to the entire VPC, right? So the traffic will not come there. Okay. We have Route 53. Everything should come through the internet gateway. But internet gateway is managed by AWS. So there is no technical there. Right? First, the request will come to the load balancer. The load balancer, this load balancer also should be in public or private? Which subnet? Load balancer also should be inside the public subnet. And web servers also should be inside the public subnet. Nice. Now, after coming to the public subnet, the request came to the web servers. So web servers need to redirect to application servers or not? And then here, web server, I'll put one more load balancer here. I call it as internal load balancer. Which one? Because if we have a web server here, web server need to act as a load balancer or not? So here we have the internal load balancer. The traffic will come to internal load balancer. This internal load balancer will route the traffic to our application servers. Now this our internal load balancer application server should be in which subnet? Public or private? Private. How many private subnets I'm creating next layer? 2. So an internal load balancer security group should be there. And then application server security group should be there. Separate, which individual component has individual security groups. We will make it very strict and very secure. And then after that, this application load this application server need to contact to the database in the backend, which is a database that we use, RDS. And again, we need to have how many subnets for here? 2 subnets. Public or private? So we can have one RDS. If required, you can create a replica out of it. And we will create a separate security group for the RDS. Now tell me correctly, how many public subnets, how many private subnets? How many subnets? 2 public subnets, 4 private subnets. Will you remember, or do you have books with you? Just write down. Don't write, sketch it roughly, because when I'm doing the practice, you should tell me while doing it, right? So how many? 2 public, you just write 2 public and then 4 private. So because when you're deploying the architecture, you need to have this sketched, right? Okay. Okay, now? Fine. Now tell me, how many load balancers? How many load balancers? 2 load balancers. One is external, another one is internal. So 2 LBs. One is internal, one is external for this. Don't worry, I wrote a nice document for you this. Okay, you can use that. But roughly you can write it. Okay, and then how many security groups? For each and everything, I told you a security group. How many? 3. What are those? I told you for load balancer also we'll have a separate security group, right? Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? 5 security groups. 5 security groups. Now tell me the traffic, how the traffic should come. See here, traffic should come like this. Remember, in security group, first the traffic will come to which security group? External load balancer security group. From there, we have which security group? Web server. Web server security group should receive the traffic from where? Load balancer security group. From top like this. And next security group is internal load balancer. Internal load balancer security group receive the traffic from where? Web server security group. Next, app server security group receive the traffic from where? Internal. And then database server should receive from where? Understood this one? Flow, loop, right? So from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom. So no one from outside directly need to log into any of the machines here. So the traffic should receive properly, securely from top to bottom. So, and then here, we need to talk, we need to connect to the web servers. Web server, anyways, it is in public. We can log in from outside. So I need to deploy my applications, right? So I need to connect to the app server. App server is in which subnet? Private subnet. Can you connect from outside? So what we need? Jump server. So either, do you see in the right side here we have left side Bastion host. You can use the Bastion host also, but I leave another technical thing. Do you remember we did this one, systems manager? SSM. So can we connect to the private servers directly from the console itself or right? We can do it, right? You can use the Bastion host also, or else I'll create a role and then trusted entity is EC2, permission is SSM role, and I'll attach to the app servers. So that directly from my console itself, can I connect it or not? I can no need this Bastion host. If you want, you can, no problem. Bastion host yesterday only we did, no? So I want to show you a little bit differently. RDS, we'll go with the MySQL. Which one? And then the application that we use is Node.js. Which application? Node.js. Don't worry how the Node application need to be installed. I wrote the steps. You just copy paste it. But from AWS point of view, architecture need to be clear. Architecture is clear. Now open your phones again. Now roughly in 1 minute see the architecture. Now you'll understand. See now. Come from top to bottom. And if we can we set up auto scalings also there? For web server, we can set up auto scalings, and then app servers also set up auto scalings. For database, can we set up auto scaling? Okay. By the way, now online architecture is clear for you. No issues, but it's good to go with the internal load balancer, no? Because your machines will not need to maintain this. Sir, what about EC2 instance in the public subnet? What are those EC2 instances, Deepika? What are the EC2 instances that is there in public subnets? Web servers. Where in that web server, what we need to install? Nginx. What is Nginx? What are the different, everything we learn in Linux. Okay. So next coming Linux only, right? So we'll talk about those. Clear? Huh? So now implementation. See, guys, now implementation will come from bottom. Will come from bottom. Okay. Because everything dependencies is there, no? So let's come with from bottom. So first of all, we need to set up what? VPC. No, first of all, we need to set up the VPC. So can you think and tell me? First, we will set up a VPC. Cider is, no, I need your maximum concentration. Okay. So first of all, we need to set up a VPC. What is the cider of the VPC? 192.168.0.0.16 we'll put it. And then while setting up, we'll create internet gateways. Next up, subnets. How many subnets? 2 public subnets and 4 private subnets. Okay. And then routing tables will create. Okay. Public routing table, private routing table. In public routing table, we need to associate. So all traffic is routed to internet gateway. Private routing table, all traffic is routed to NAT. So public routing table, we need to associate it subnets, right? How many subnets will associate? 2 subnets. Because how many public subnets are there? 2. So public routing table, 2 subnets association. For private routing table, how many subnets association? 4. All private will associate to the private routing table. And we'll create an NAT gateway. Understood? That is one. And then we need to create security groups, no? Or we need to create how many security groups? 5 security groups. So 5 security groups we need to create. We need to give external load balancer security group, web server security group, internal load balancer security group, application security group, and then database security group. And while creating a security group, all these are all, we need to enable the protocols also, right? We need to enable the protocols. What's the protocol that we need to enable? We need to access application. For application, which protocol? HTTP or HTTP and HTTPS. SSH in order to connect. And then I told you this top to bottom concept, right? And then we need to, so, okay, on top application load balancer is there, no? I mean, external load balancer. So HTTP, HTTPS we enable for everyone because everyone need to connect. Coming to next, which one? Which security group? Next one. Web server. So web server security group, HTTP, HTTP, but I will not be allowing for everyone. I'll select custom and I'll select which one? ऊपर से नीचे load balancer security group I'll select. HTTP, HTTPS, custom, and then load balancer. Now web server is done. What is the next one? Internal load balancer. In internal load balancer, again HTTP, HTTPS, I'll select custom and from where? Web server. And then internal, next application server, HTTP, HTTPS, and then from internal load balancer. Database server from application. So this loop will create. Security groups will create. And then we have the code, right? Application code. All the code I'll put it in S3. Where? We'll create. So I'll integrate multiple things. I'll put the code in S3. Because we need to have this code in our application server, right? To deploy. So when I log into the application server, I'll use our AWS CLI commands and then pull it from S3 bucket. And then we'll install our application. We'll create a role for this. Role for what purpose? To log into the application server, right? SSM role will create it. Okay. Internal load balancers will create it. Application. So all RDS one by one will go and create it. Okay. Now, Rajat, why for private subnet? We discussed till now that only, right? Just segregate for each and every section, Rajat. We can do it with the 2 private subnets also, yes or no? I'll keep database servers and then application servers in the same subnets. But in, I was not able to scroll. Okay, got it. Okay, fine. Okay, this one. Okay. So now let's go. I wrote a clear, nice document for you. You tell me you understand first, then we'll go one by one and do it. Okay, Nana? Listen carefully. First step, what is this? Create own VPC. You know how to do this? Yes or no? Yes. Next, how many creates? In this VPC, you know, internet gateway, NAT, all shit, everything will come. Next, how many? Next, we'll create a S3 private bucket. For what? To store our code. Next, we'll create what? IAM role, trusted entity, permissions, SSM. Next, we'll set up what? RDS. Next, we'll set up what? Come from bottom to up. Last one is what? RDS. On top of it, application server. So we'll create application server and set up what? Application. Application, which type of application? Node.js application. And then from application server on top, internal load balancer. We'll set up the internal load balancer and attach the application servers to it. We'll create a target group, same. Right? Okay. After the application server, then what we create? Internal load balancer. After internal load balancer, web servers. And in web servers, what I need to set up? Nginx. In web server, what I need to set up? Nginx. After web servers on top, external load balancer. And then I'll attach the web servers to the external load balancer. And then on top of it, if you want auto scaling group for web servers, we'll create a launch template and then create this and then create this. And then if you want to set up HTTPS, go with the ACM, backup, Route 50. Understood? Understood? Okay. Online clear? CC, please. Should we do it? What is the first thing? Create a VPC. Let's go to VPC. Lot of concentration. Online, please put your phones aside and don't talk to anyone. Just concentrate this project. It's very important. If you miss something in between, it's difficult. Okay. Let's go to VPC. We'll create our own VPC now here. Click on create VPC and see here. Previously, we used what? VPC only, and you're experts on it. You know how to create VPCs. Multiple times we did. Now let's go for automatic. VPC and more. So what is the name I'll give here? So I'm giving here 3-tier project is fine. All right, we're not VPC. 3-tier project. So you can give any name, but I'm just giving here 3-tier project. Okay. What is our CIDR? 192.168.00/16. Nice. Come down. Tenancy default. How many availability zones you need? 2 fine, no? 2 fine. In this architecture also, how many availability zones are there? 2. And next, how many public subnets you need? 2. How many private subnets you need? Select 4. And NAT gateway you need or don't need? We need. How many? 1 in 1 availability zone. Do you need VPC endpoints? No. That's it. Click on create. Boom. It will create everything. Routing tables, everything it will create. See. If you have done this yesterday, first day itself, will you understand anything? Right? So that's the reason why I teach you, I taught you everything manually, make you understand what the logics, and then now I went here. See, route, it is creating NAT. After that, route tables, create route, all traffic routing to NAT, internet gateways, and then everything is creating automatically here. Okay. See here. So this one I wrote it here, VPC and more, auto generate, CIDR, tenancy, availability zone, 1 NAT, VPC endpoint, none. Next, what we need to do? Security groups. We need to create security. See, 1 web ELB, 1 web ALB, which is 1 external, 1 for web server, 1 for internal, 1 for app server, 1 for DB. So we'll create the first one. Which one here? Web ALB. Web ALB meaning the first one, right? External one. Inbound is HTTP anywhere. HTTPS anywhere. And then next we will create what? After a load balancer, what we have? Web security group. HTTPS allow from where? Web ALB. No, please remember this security group's name. Web ALB meaning the external one. I mean load balancer for web servers. Next year, WebSG. Next which one we need to create? App ALB. App ALB need to get a request from where? WebSG. And next we'll create AppSG, and AppSG should get the request from App ALB. And then, and remember inbound, so our Node.js application is working on which port number? 4000. So I selected VPC endpoints also. Huh? It's okay, no problem. If I have, okay, this one, last one, right? If I have selected, okay, no problem. So VPC got created. Or VPC got created. See here, 3-tier VPC subnets. Oh, these many subnets, right? Routing tables, these many routing tables, internet gateway, all these things got created automatically. Now what is our job? Let's create a security one. You tell me, I'll be doing it slowly. Aram se will do. What is the first name of the security group? I call it as what? Web ALB. So this what it is? I call it as external load balancer security group. Which VPC? 3-tier. Add. So which one we need to go for? HTTP. HTTP anywhere. Yes or no? HTTP HTTPS anywhere, because we need to connect from outside. If you don't want HTTPS, so don't put it. Okay, na? Let's go and click on here. Create security. Okay. First security group got created. Okay, we need to give the tag. Next time we'll give the tag also. Okay, what's the next one? Web SG. Let's create it. Web SG. Okay. What is this? Web servers security groups allowed only from where? Web ALBSG. So in real time also, if you need to write the description like this, so that you have created, but if other people is coming and seeing it, they don't understand. For that reason, descriptions are important. So this one, next, which one? HTTP custom. Here, which one I need to select? Which one I need to select? Web ALG. Which one? From top, right? So same HTTPS. Which one? Web ALG. And then click on create. Next. So app ALB security group. So create security group. App ALB. Application load balancer security group. Allowed from where? Web HC. So this one. And then which one? HTTP. From where? Web HC. Yes. Which one here? ABSG only, no? And then Acha, we'll tag it. What is the name here? Application, right? Name is okay. So this one also we'll write it. What was that? Web. Yes. Okay. Next one is app SC. You should be telling and I'll be doing it. And then this one is application server security group. Allowed from which one? App ELB security group. And this. And then here we need to go with the custom port because our application is running on 4000, right? So here, not this. So custom, and how much is that? 4000. 4000 custom allowed from where? On the top. What was the top? Right. Right? Nice. So that is fine. TCP. Nice. That is fine here. We'll tag it. Or the name? AppSG. Okay. What's the last one? DBSG, right? Database security group. Okay. Database security group allowed from app SG. And then this add rule. So this one we are using which one here now? MySQL, right? So go with MySQL. So from top, what is the top? App SG. And then tag. Somewhere if you miss it, your application will not work. Yes or no? It is very crucial. So is this clear? Did we created everything? Okay. Not React, it's not JS. So we created AppSG, and then port database is fine, and then everything is good. So next create, what do we create? Let's go and create a S3 bucket. Yes, Pranjal, we can. Okay, let's create a bucket. So what's the bucket name I have given? 3-tier project demo. You can give any name, no problem. So I'll just go and create a private bucket. And then what I need to upload here? So upload the code, including application code folder and installer. So here I have the code, this. So let's go ahead and then upload. Take this. Okay. Upload. Okay. Tell me the next step. So here IAM role we need to create. But before that, so we have, let me show you quickly, in application code, we have 2 folders. What are those? AppTar, WebTar. What is that? AppTar, WebTar. Application code and then web server. So application code need to talk to whom in the backend? Application need to talk to backend whom? Database, RDS, no. So we need to give the connection string inside it. So if you go inside it, we have dbconfig. What's that? So one small Java file is there. So I'm just editing it. And here what I need to put, Nana? I need to put the RDS endpoint, RDS username, RDS password. That's the only one thing we need to do it. And another one is for the WebTar. For the what? WebTar. So we need to do nginx.conf. So here. So for the WebTar, we have the Nginx, right? Nginx need to talk to whom in the backend. So we need to update the internal load balancer or not? Yes or no? If you take the architecture, our web servers need to talk to whom? Internal load balancer. And how does the web server knows that it needs to talk to an internal load balancer? We will create it and we'll get the DNS name, right? That DNS name we'll update in where? Nginx. Where in? Nginx. So that is the only 2 things we need to do. See, Nginx is there. And if you come down, do you see the internal load balancer HTTP? These are the 2 things we need to update from the code point of view. Is this clear? Those 2 things? Online, offline, everyone. Okay, now. Very important now. If you didn't understand, please raise your hand. I'll be there for you. Okay. So what are the 2 places that we need to update? One is database configuration. Another one is Nginx. In Nginx, we need to put our internal load balancer. So we will do it later because we didn't create the MySQL yet, RDS yet, and we didn't create a load balancer yet. So keep that in mind. We need to modify. What's the next thing we need to do here? IAM role. So let's create an IAM role and we'll attach it there. What is the trusted entity? Yeah. Close. Okay. Let's go to next IAM. Let's go to the role. Okay. So trusted entity is EC2. And what is that permissions? SSM. I'll go with SSM full access. This is it. Okay. Next. Okay. So SSM. So what is the name we'll give? We'll give 3-tier role. 3-tier role created. Remember that role name. Okay. What's the next thing, Nana? So here I wrote here EC2 role for SSM and then 3-tier role. And then here we'll go to the subnets. And then what are the subnets are created here? Let's go here. Go to the subnets. See, it's created how many subnets? 2 public subnets and then 4 private subnets. So change this private 1, private 2, private 3, private 1, private 2, private 3, private 4 for, you can go with app 1, app 2, db1, db2. Can we change it? Yes or no? App 1, app 2, db1, db2. So here you just change. If you remember, that's okay. App 1, this one, app 2. Because for everything we need to do subnets we need, right? This one, private subnet meaning, which one we have? db1 and then db2. db2. Just for identification purpose. Anyways, we have 2 public subnets. 2 public subnet, we use it for which purpose? Load balancer purpose, external load balancer, and then web servers. And this app servers, we'll be doing app servers will be there. No, for that app 1, app 2 will use it. For DB servers, DB1, DB2 will use it. Okay, just for, you can modify this also with public. It's okay. Okay, now, next what we need to do? We'll go and set up our RDS instance. Which one? MySQL. Let's go to RDS. Acha. They have changed Aurora and RDS now. They're promoting very nicely, right? Not RDS, Aurora and why Aurora? AWS engine. No? Okay. So you know how to set up databases. Let's go and set up. Create database. Okay, so standard. And which one will go for? MySQL. So I wrote everything here. See. So before that, we need to create, till now we have creating this RDS in the default VPC. But here we created our own VPC, no? So for that, first of all, what we need to create is, we need to create a subnet group. What we need to create? So before creating this database, on the left side, we have something called subnet groups. Do you see subnet groups? So this is mandatory. Otherwise, it will ask, it will not, you need to mandatorily select it. So let's go and create a subnet group. I already created before, but I'll delete it and then recreate for it. Let's go and create DB. So what is the name I'm giving here? Sir, why didn't you put 3 tar here? It will not take in the number. Okay. So description, which VPC? 3 tar project. So subnets, which one? 1B. And here, sorry, that was available zone. Subnets. Here you tell me which one I need to select. Which one I need to select here? That is the reason why I modified it. Otherwise, you will get confused, no? So here DB2 is there. And then in the bottom, DB1. These 2 you need to select. And then create it. Where is the parameter? Where is the parameter? Description. Really? And it clearly should know description cannot be blank. Why it is saying parameter that they can all. Okay, fine. So tar subnet group got created. Next, we'll go and set up our RDS, MySQL. Create database. And then which one? MySQL. And engine, you can take any engine. So I don't mind at all. So select it here. And then we go for which one? Free tar. Do you see there is a change here? Hey, did they copy my diagrams or what? Do you remember I told you about multi-AZs? See? Okay, so let's go and give the name. What's the name here? 3tar DB. Say that. 3tar DB. Admin. And then password. What's the password I have given? root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Let's go with that. Root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here is root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then T3 micro. And then no auto scaling. Do not carefully. Otherwise, your entire thing will go off. So here, select our thing. And here, see, just now we created subnet group, right? Previously, it is mandated to select. That's why I created first here and then come. So, do you want public access here? This is a production setup, right? No. So, security group, default, which one? Database security group. That's why I created nicely here, right? Database security group. In which available is on one. Do you want a proxy? Don't change. Password authentication. And these also change. See? Database standard. So initial database name. I'm not putting any initial database name. And don't enable backup because it'll take a lot of time to come up, right? So I just mentioned here everything. Sample DB no, backups no. So let it be encryption. That's fine. Let's click on here. Create database. Okay. Database got created. What's the next thing? So we'll get the endpoint, right? Once you get the endpoint, where do we need to modify? Huh? So the config database config file is there, no? So that one, but we already uploaded in S3. We'll modify locally and then upload it again. So let's wait. Please remind me, okay? We'll add it. So update credentials in AppDB. So I think for sure this will create it quickly because I didn't mention any backups and all. Did it give the endpoint? No. What is the username? Admin. What is the username? Admin. Password root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it, right? Yeah. And the name is my 3-tier DB. Let it create. So meanwhile, okay, let it create first. So, and then here in our app tier, so we have DB config, no? So let's edit that. And the username I already given what? Admin password I have given here. Root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then here my 3-tier DB I have given already. So let's see whether endpoint I need to get it. You're getting it? Online? Are you following? You're getting it? Okay. So please remind me now. So we'll move on because we don't have time. This next batch will come and sit. Okay. So please remind me once that is available, we'll go and modify dbconfig.js file. Okay. Next, what we need to do? RDS setup is done now. Let's go to the next step. What was the before? App servers will be there. So what we need to do? We need to launch Amazon Linux 2 and we call it as what? Instance type. VPC is this. Subnet, which one? App subnet, no? App 1 we need to select. Public IP, good to enable. No, disable it. Security group, which one? App SG. Instance, we created a role node. We'll attach that role. Let's go in. Okay. So let's go to my voice will never be low. Check your volume. Without mic also I can speak. So, Deepika. Okay. Launch instance. No, watch. I might also overlook sometimes. Help me. What's the name I'll give here? App server. Which one? Amazon Linux 2. And then T2 micro. Keep here. I go with your 9 a.m. Edit. Here carefully select which one? 3-tier project. And which subnet here? Name. Which one? App 1. Which one here? App 1. Nice. Okay. And then disable it. Select the security group. Which security group? App HC. Okay. And then we need to create, select a role. So here, what is the role? We 3-tier role. That's all. No? Let's go and launch. Correct? No? Anything else? Because for this, I have attached the role because I need to connect using Systems Manager, SSM. Role need to be attached later. Remember, I told you on that if you attach the later, it will not come. Okay, so nice. Let's say our database guy is ready. So what I do? And then, okay, I save it. And I need to upload this back. So db config, I'll upload. In application code, which one? AppTier. This one, right? I'll just upload. Only one is enough, no? Okay, nice. Okay, so machine got created. So to connect to the app server, which is in private subnet, generally what we need? Passion, right? So instead, now we use what? SSM to connect directly to the app server. So should we connect it now? So now what are we doing? We're doing the application deployment. Don't worry about what because the developers knows how to run the Node.js applications and all, but I have wrote it. Let's command, copy paste, execute it. So what we do is now, so we need to install MySQL client. Remember we did in WordPress? So install MySQL client and then we'll connect our RDS in the backend and then we'll create some sample databases and sample tables and then we'll insert some values. First, we'll set up the RDS in the backend. We'll connect and we'll create some sample databases. So after that, what we do? So in my GitHub, don't worry, what is GitHub? Now you are already AWS champions. After next 2 months, you will become DevOps champions also. Don't worry, I'll help you to do that. So till that, you just take my GitHub repo only, no problem. And we'll download some install.sh, right? And then we'll do all these steps here one by one. Okay. First, what we need to do? We need to go and connect to it or not? How do we connect? Do you remember Session Manager? How to do that? So from my account, this problem is coming here. So the machines are not coming up immediately. Did you fail this one? Yes, huh? It's saying I need to terminate it and then do it again. Thank God, it's running. So because in other batch, it is taking more than 5 minutes. It took more than 5 minutes now, right? So now it is initializing. So how do we connect? Let's select it and then click on connect to Session Manager. And you see here, connect option. Because it's just running, no? So it will take time to connected, no problem. Okay, see you, Nana. Is this clear till here? So let's go to our home directory. CD /home/ec2-user. Okay, what is our landing command? So CD home, which one? ec2-user. Okay. So now what we do? We'll install MySQL client. What's the command? Sudo m install minus y. Which one? MySQL. Adjust, huh? I don't know, so they need to change it probably. Yeah. No need to add sudo. Yes, we are in the sudo already, Rajat. Yes, I know. So now we go and connect to it, Nana. So just we install your MySQL, and then what we do? We connect. Remember, we did a MySQL -h host. We'll put this, and then -u admin, and then password. So let's take this. I'll clear for you to come up, and then paste it. And what's the password? Root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we connected to the MySQL now. And then what we need to create? So we create a database. So one by one, we'll just copy paste it. And show database, not required. Use database. Okay. And then what I'm creating here? I'm creating a table. And then I'm inserting a value into it. And then if you want to see select star, we have the value. I just put AWS bill, how much? 400 rupees. Just like simple. Okay. And exit it. Now a database setup is done. Online. Clear? Okay. Online, I need responses, please. In the keyboard, V letter will be there. Next to it, C letter, 2 plus 2 times. Yeah. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to install and configure which one? Node.js npm2. PM meaning process manager. Don't worry. Developers knows how to develop Node.js and how to compile it, how to run it. So just assume that I have given it. So you just need to copy paste. So here we have install.sh this guy. Install is there, right? So this one I'm just downloading. That's there in my GitHub. I just need to download here locally. So if I do ls, okay, so this is okay, and then source. Okay, that installation ran, and then NVM meaning node version manager. What is that? So you're installing NVM 16. Okay, so we are asking that to use that NVM version as 16. Okay, and then we are installing here the service. This is how the Node.js application setup. Okay, so now application setup is being done, and then now we need to have our application locally, right? Where is our application in our S3 or not? Our application is there in the S3. So this we are setting up web server, app server. So I need to download which one? Which folder I need to download here? In application code, which folder I need to download? AppTyra, WebTyra. Yes. So this shows here AWS S3. Which one? CP. Which one? This one. To local here. All the files is getting copied. So this is done. So let's clear it and let's download this. So download it. If we do ls, do you see AppTyra is there now? So, yeah, but I cannot change anything here. I can zoom also. That's fine. Do you see the AppTyra here? So let's go inside the AppTyra, cd, AppTyra. Yeah. And then we'll install this npm. npm install. You just need to run this command. Okay. And then we have an index.js file. So we are starting that. Nice. status list log. These are all not required. You can check it. And then I call it a startup. Nice. So if we do curl, let's do the health checks. You cannot see it, but it shows here, this is health check. So it is responding very nicely. So our application is working fine. So what is the health? Generally, while creating a load balancer, we'll say /index.html, right? Instead of that, we need to put here /health. Remember that. Okay, now application setup is done. So now what we need to create after application on top? Internal load balancer or not? Guys, we have set up RDS. On top of it, what we have set up? App servers. And on top of it, now we need to set up internal load balancer. Let's go and create internal load balancer. Before that, what we need to create? Target group. What we need to create? Yeah, let's go and create a target group. On the left side, we have what here? Target group. Kiran, ignore that. You are a developer, you should know. Otherwise, ignore it. Simple. Okay. So here, what we go here? Instances. Concentrate on the architecture, Kiran, not on the Node.js. You know the developers, right? Let's not waste time on that. Right? And then what's the app? What we go with? App target group. This is application target group, right? And then here, our port number. Our application running on which port number? 4000, right? So to replace this here with 4000. And which VPC? Our VPC here. And what is the health check here? Health. Which one? Health. And then next, here which one we need to select? And then include as pending below. And then create. Understood? And then what we need to create now? Load balancer. Create load balancer. Which one? Application load balancer. So name. Yeah. So I call it as app internal ALB. And internet facing a internal. It's internal, right? Which VPC? Which available zones? And here it's see here subnets. Which subnet I need to select for internal load balancer? App 1, app 2. Yes or no? See which one we have here. App 1, DB1 public. Which one I do select? App 1, no, and this one here, app 2. Security group, remove this. And then which security group I need to select here? App ALB. And which target group? Okay. And simply go ahead and then create load balancer. So our internal load balancer got created. As the internal load balancer got created here, do you see the DNS name here? This one. So I need to update where? Nginx. Where I need to update? So let's open this. And do we have this Nginx here? So guys, I can set up what you call HTTPS. But if you don't have HTTPS, right? Which file you should use? The second file. Nginx without SSL, you take this. I'll be taking a which one? Nginx. So if you open the Nginx, and in the bottom, do you see this here? Load balancer. So change this load balancer. Paste it. 98. Save it. And then I need to upload this back. Where to? S3. So in application code, we have Nginx, right? So I'll just upload this. Upload. So we'll pull this Nginx file when we install the web server Nginx. Okay. Next. So our internal, so we already internal application load we have updated here. Okay. What's the next thing now here? Upload it back to S3 is done. So next what we need to do? Create web tire. Which one? Web tire. So now what we need to do? We need to launch one more EC2 instance. Which EC2 instance? Web server or not? Now application server is done. Internal load balancer done. Next, web server. Which one? Let's go and set up Amazon Linux to web server in same instance role, everything. Let's go to okay. So I call this as what? Web server. Server and Amazon Linux 2. Come down, T2 micro and 9am batch. Edit it. Which VPC? 3-tier VPC. Subnet, which one I need to select? Public 1 or public 2? So public 1. Because this is web server is in which subnet? Public subnet. So select any public 1 also, public 2 also, fine. So we need to enable the IP because it is exposed to the internet. So now select security group. Which security group here? Which one, Anna? WebSG. Which one? WebSG. And then in advance, we'll select a role. Not required, no user data. We'll set up. Order? They'll connect and then we'll install. We'll connect again. So same through session manager, we'll connect and then we'll run all these commands again there. Let it come up. After that, what we do? Connect to this instance with the session manager and sudo -s go here and the same thing will install all these things. We'll go and set up our web tire there. And then what we install here? Nginx. So once you install Nginx, so we go to the etc Nginx folder and then the existing Nginx conf will be there, no, while installing. We'll remove that and we'll get, we have our, in S3 we have Nginx, right? That we will download. We'll copy to the local here. And then we'll restart the Nginx service. So let's see, machine is up. It's taking time, no? Online, you're getting it? Okay, come to running, Baba. It's a final project, no, Rajat? It's just like completing all the course and you write a final exam, no? This is also nothing, but if you practice it one time, it will be fine. And by the way, tomorrow, we'll hold it because complete this project. Okay? Come on, dude. The internet issue. Okay. We launch one more machine meanwhile. Bloody shit. Launch. Web server. That was web server only, right? And okay. Web server. T2 micro. And then I go with 9 a.m. Edit it. Retire. And in which one here? Public subnet. This one. Enable. Here, which security group? Sheet. In advance. Select a role. So let's see. So it's taking time, huh? I'm not launching that then. Okay, so let's go here and click on connect and go to session manager, connect it. Okay, so what's the landing command? Sudo hyphen, yes. So I cannot make it big. So CD, we go for EC2 hyphen user. So here, what we do now? Let's install this. Okay, so you just run these commands. Install here also NVM. Use this. Okay. And then we are downloading which one now? WebTab. Previously we downloaded AppTire. Now we'll download what? WebTire here. Okay. So we go inside this WebTire and then actually we install already NVM. This is NPM. And we'll run the build here. $80 only, but it will redirect to 4,000, Deepali. Okay. So next one, we'll build it. And then we'll install what here? Nginx. Array. Okay, so we'll install Nginx now. Okay, after installing Nginx, we'll go inside it and then we'll remove the existing ones. Okay, Nginx is completed here. Okay, so we go inside the CD, etc, which one? Nginx. And if you see here, Nginx existing file is there already. So what we do now, we will remove that. So remove Nginx conf. And then what we have, we already have our in S3 Nginx conf, which is modified with the load balancer, right? So we'll download that. We downloaded it and we'll restart the Nginx. And you're giving some permissions. And then check config Nginx on for the auto start. Cool. So now web server setup is done. On top of it, what we need to do now? External load balancer. For that, first what we need to create? Target group. So we'll create a target group first. Let's go to here and then go to target groups. Create target group instance, and then I call it as name web TG, and then web TG is only port 80 is fine, and VPC 3-tier VPC, and then here it is just slash, leave it just like a slash. Okay, click on next, and which one I to select here? Web server, and web server is on the port 80 only. Create target group. After creating target group, what did we create here? Load balancer. This load balancer will be internal or external? External load balancer. So load balancer, I call it as app external ELB. Okay, this is internet facing, which VPC 3-tier, and then 1A, 1B, and this one, which one need to select? Here, which one I need to select? Public 1, and here it is public 2. And which security group here? Web ALB. It's target group, web target group. And then let's go and create a load balance. Understood? What is pending now? So we have done with the external load balancer also, right? And on top of it, we need to set up what? Auto scaling, you set it up. What we need to do for that? First, we need to take a image. You know how to create an image, right? So go here to EC2 instances. And then what you need to create? First, create the image. Call it as app server image. And say again, web server image. Do you know how to create launch templates? While creating a launch template, select this image. How many launch templates you need to create? 2. One is app launch template. Second one is web launch template. And then created 2 auto scaling groups. You know how to create a auto scaling groups. So now our load balancer, external load balancer is set up is there. It is provisioning. Now see here, a very important thing. Okay, what it? So you don't have SSL till here you do the project. So, and then we have the load balancer that make up, you do it. So here, okay, don't worry. I'll upload it with your normal Nginx only, okay? Without SSL, right? So you need to replace here your load balancer. Okay, so it is still provisioning. So meanwhile, what we do, we go and create one certificate for this. HTTPS. Okay. Certificate manager. So this is optional for you till here. So this, if you have a domain, you can get it. Otherwise, no need. So region Mumbai is fine because we are not using CloudFront. On top of it, if you require CloudFront also can be applied or not? Validation. So go inside it and we need to create what? The records. And this certificate, we can use it here. So for external load balancer, still provisioning. Okay. So here, listeners and rules, we have only what? HTTP. What we need to add? We need to add the HTTPS also. Which one here? HTTPS 443. and forward to which target group? Web target group, and then certificate, our certificate, and then add. Fantastic. So now it's active. So, and should we do a makeup for this quickly? Makeup meaning where should we go? 1253. What is the name we give? Alwaysboom.com. Huh? So we have the here create record. What's the name of the website? I call it as 3-tier. Huh? 3-tier alias, and which one? Load balancer. Which region we created? Mumbai. And which load balancer? Internal or external? External. And then create it. Okay. View status. Is it clear? So let's do after a second. Let's try to access. If everything is correctly we have done, it should work. Otherwise, again. Okay, in sync. Oh God, let's see. Which one is that? Is it HTTP? Yes, right? HTTPS, which one? 3-tier dot Riaz AWS trainer dot do. There we go. Right? So yeah, that's good. Excitement is fine. So do you see this here? Welcome to AWS 3-tier web demo, application demo with your sir. And do you see the DB demo, right? So we can add some sample thing, right? Something, add it. It's going to the database or not? And then if you want to delete, you can delete it. So database is back and working or not? Yeah. Okay, is this clear? Understood? So our deployment is successfully done or not? Online. Sorry to make you little bit hurry at the last time because we took 6 minutes extra. Other batch is waiting, other sir, not good. But we'll able to do this? Okay. So I'll upload this to your Google Classroom and then please complete it. And then tomorrow there is no class. And good thing is we have successfully completed AWS. Big claps. Fantastic. Superb. And from Monday onwards, we'll go with Linux. So meanwhile, please complete all these things. Okay. Online, can you give me the final CC for today, please? Yeah, I'll upload CloudFormation also. Okay, so that is all for today. Let's connect on Monday with the next topic. Until then, take care. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.